All right. Welcome to part two. Right now, we're going to go into shooters, into a list of the greatest of all time shooters. And I'm not talking basketball, I'm talking video games. So, I want to see what your lists are. I want to see what games people love the most. But I'm also obviously going to talk about what mine are. So obviously on Twitch, you can chat with me and say whatever. But on YouTube, I definitely also want to see your best and write in the comments, and we can reply, because there'll probably only be one comment, so I'll reply to that one, and it'll be I won't be rude. I'll be nice. I'm nice in YouTube comments. I'm a weirdo. Anyway, so on to the second block. If anyone says God, well, see, GoldenEye. I mean, I never played it ever. I've never actually played. Actually, no. I think I played it once at someone's house, like a family friend that I'd never saw. I saw like once or twice in my life. I think they had it, and I think I played it for like a minute, maybe. That's about it. I think that's the only time I've ever played the game. For me, my favorite shooters of all time, first and foremost is, and this is always going to be number one and number two. Now, that order switches sometimes, but I think I've got it down pat. And that's number one is, not you Outlook settings. Number one is Wolfenstein 3D. That game is, to me, not only massive nostalgia. I played that game like crazy as a kid. I remember I used to cheat playing that game. I used to have, so me and my sister would play. So I would control, I think it was the cheat, and she would control like the moving, and would both be sitting at the computer, like one of us doing the cheat to stay alive or something, and the other one to shoot the boss, and then we'd always just try and kill that one mecha boss for the first chapter. Hey Wingston, how you going? Welcome to the stream. So, I mean, that game is always going to be, like, a number one to me. It's always going to be, like, Wolfenstein 3D. But then the second game that kind of goes really close to it, and sometimes past it, sometimes go below it, is Doom. As you say there, Wing, I entirely agree with you. I love Doom. That first level on Doom 2, where you go back. So Doom 2 is my favorite out of the Dooms, by the way. I love Doom 2. When you go back behind, and then there's a chainsaw there, and then you can just get that and just go run through the level and just kill everyone. It took what was great in Wolfenstein in terms of the way the game worked, the fast pace. Obviously, when that went up, but the hidden rooms, all that kind of stuff. It really was awesome. Now, that's also a game that's just so much fun. Like, it's so good. And even though it is very old, it still keeps up with the time. Like, I feel like I can play it now and still be super entertained and go, wow, this game is awesome. Like, this game is just still feels great. I think that's why Doom 2016 really worked. So they kind of took what made Doom good and just brought it into current era. And it worked because what Doom did back then was just fun. And that's what Doom and Wolfenstein are. They're just fun. They're not trying to be super serious. They're just trying to be like, hey, let's have some fun. And Wolfenstein, by the way, haven't played Wolfenstein 2, the new one. The other new Wolfenstein, the first one, was the New Order. That was really, really good too. So I nearly get the new one and play through it. But those games are awesome. I'm loving the fact that Wolfenstein and Doom are back in the general consensus and back into like the top shooters debate. Makes me happy. Now, going from there, we go into multiplayer shooters. And this is where everyone obviously says, like COD and going into and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I've actually only ever played 2 COD games. I played COD 1 and COD 2. How am I partner? I used to be popular. Key fact. So basically, I never played any of the other CODs. I always played on PC. So when COD 3 came out, it didn't come out on PC, and I kind of lost track and didn't really care about the game anymore. So I didn't get COD 4 or whatever. Um, so my favorite multiplayer ones, CS definitely is up there now. I only ever played CS as a friend thing. I never got serious about it. I never got really, really good at it. To be honest, I suck at the game, quite bad. But you know, it's still a lot of fun for me to sit there and play. And you know, just like was it last weekend, or weekend before? Me and a bunch of guys got some laptops out, and we booted up CS Source, and we all just played that against each other for for 2 hours, and it was just a ton of fun. It's just so good to get there and just go, and I shouldn't wear those shorts, Flabby. Yeah, I do that on purpose. It's so you can make those comments. It's trying to make an impact, basically. It's all about that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, so, what was I going to say? That's right. Talking about Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike, being amazing. I think, and it's other thing as well. I don't know how it was for any of you guys when you went through school, but for me, when I went to school, it was really, really cool, because what would happen is everyone had CS 1.6 portable on the computer. Everyone. So you'd get in and you just go straight on, and you'd play, and everyone would play against each other in a LAN server. When the teachers are up front doing fuck all, you'd be like, fuck yeah, let's play some CS. Let's get into it. And so you'd play against people who never play games. They didn't give a fuck about PC games or that. They might play some console, but they wouldn't care. And as soon as they're at school, they're like, all right, let's play CS. So that was something for me. I know a lot of people in my area, especially, all had it on their PCs at school. So hopefully you guys did too, because I think it was a really cool thing that people did here. So hopefully you guys did too. But anyway, going into another multiplayer shooter, and as we were talking about before, Blazer, I'm going to bring it up again. But Team Fortress 2, another Valve title. God, that game's fun. Now, that game definitely introduced the world to loot boxes and paying for stuff, because I mean, it wasn't, no game had done it as popular as that one did. My God, holy shit, that game is just so much fun. It's just so not serious. Some people get too serious about it, but like, I love when people aren't serious about it and you just get in there and just fuck around and play. I do like the fact that you can't see your kill-death ratio. Great move, because now I can go in there. If I'm a medic, I don't need to have a kill-death ratio. I'm not killing people. I'm just healing people. So it's a great game. It's good fun. It's always been really well done in terms of its humor. Its updates have been usually very good, especially when they brought out like all of those vignettes for the different characters. There was so much hype for vignettes, which is crazy. So it's just such a good game. It's done really, really well. So that one gets up there just for that. Moving to what you're talking about, Wingus, in Battlefield, that's my next one to talk about, because Battlefield, whoa. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one, because Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2142, and Battlefield 3 are three I've played. I played number 2 and number 3 a lot. 2142 I kind of played. A couple of my mates were really big into it, so I played a bit with them. But number 2 and number 3, especially number 3, I played the hell out of Battlefield 3. Like, actually, I would like to know how many hours I have in that game. It'd be well in the hundreds. Well in the hundreds, definitely. I would have played about 400 hours easy of that game. Actually, it was a game that I started doing on YouTube. I started doing commentaries and stuff on it. And then I started live streaming, and then I couldn't live stream that because it was multiplayer and my internet shit. So I couldn't do it. But that game is awesome. Really, I thought captured it really well in terms of just the way it worked. The maps were fun. Game modes are fun. So that was just a really solid game. Battlefield 2, though, God, that game looks... what I loved about Battlefield 2 was the way the graphics were done for 2005. It's it was always really nice looking. It was really nice looking, and it played really well. So Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 2142 for its futuristic feel, which wasn't really done again for the next at least 8 years until they decided to go back to the future. Um, so yeah, those games definitely. Wolfenstein 3D, like I said, is my favorite shooter of all time. I also loved Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which me and myself and my father, he played a shitload of that too. That game, it's just so weird. They get so supernatural. That's the fucked up thing about Superman. What the fuck about Wolfenstein? I loved when you like go through that game. You like get down into the tunnels and stuff, and you get into the tombs and stuff, like the graveyard, and all of a sudden there's like fucking skeletons coming at you, and you're like, what the fuck? Like the first two missions, you're versing just humans. You're like, oh yeah, I'm beating Nazis, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm killing zombie skeletons. Great. Like I don't know, just the supernatural thing is just crazy. I always loved it. I think it's a really cool thing, and it's an interesting way to go about a game, go about a concept, and it made things just go mental. The next Wolfenstein game, I'm going to talk about this. The one in between the new ones and the old ones, where you could like slow down time and stuff like that. I really liked it. Now, a lot of people didn't for some reason. I thought it was cool. I just want to put my 2 cents out for it. It's not the greatest shooter of all time. It's not one I was like, holy shit, I need to go back to that game. It was good. It was alright. Now, I've just realized I'm glaringly missing out on saying a franchise that I love. 2 franchises, actually. Half-Life. Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 Episode 1. Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And never, ever in my lifetime, Half-Life 3. Those games just, especially Half-Life 2, because I played through all of Half-Life 2. I kind of cheated through Half-Life 1. I don't like these songs. Give me like the Popski stuff. Like, there's a lot of that guy too. It's just not good. There's a shitload of that. Oh my god, it's like mostly that person. That's crazy. Let's just play Popski. I feel like we can do that. Play. That's better. Anyway, back to what I was saying about Half-Life 2. So Half-Life 2, you play through the game, you're playing a game in 2004 that is incredibly way ahead of its time. It had incredible visuals. Gameplay was great. I loved going through the physics challenges. I know some people, that's like the biggest thing they hate against the game. It's like, oh, but the physics challenges. Who cares about the physics challenges? Like, they were fine, right? The physics challenges were fine. I thought they were really good because I thought they gave an extra layer. Because sometimes I actually got stuck. And I enjoyed the fact of sitting there and going, okay, how do I get through this? And having to actually sit there and go, okay, this is how I get through it. And actually sit there and think, which is always good. I'm a huge fan of that. So to me, it was a great way to play the game. And I thought it played really well. And then you get through to the end of the game and you have that massive cliffhanger with the G-Man. You're like, oh, fuck. I need episode 1. I need Half-Life 3. I need Half-Life 3. They bring out episode 1, same thing. You play through it. It's amazing. It's great. It's everything. Get through the game, and then it's another cliffhanger. I need Half-Life episode 2. Episode 2 comes out, play that, and you go, holy shit. I need episode 3. And then it never comes out. So that sucked. But the games that come out, I mean, they're all top quality. They're all 10 out of 10s. My least favorite would be episode 1. And a certain portion of episode 2. So in episode 2, there's a whole underground portion which I don't like because it was hard. And it stopped me from playing the game again because I'm like, oh god, I want to grind through that again. But that game is so good. I loved the way that story interacted. It was just perfect to me in that way. But another game franchise that I've failed to mention till now is Bioshock. That's a game that I've played through most of it. I've watched heaps of other people play the rest of it. The first game's incredible with what it did with the story. I haven't played the second game, admittedly, but I did play through Infinite, and that blew my mind. That game made me just I fell in love with that game, and the way the whole story worked, it was just incredible. So that's one of my favorite ones as well. The way it all worked together was just amazing. I do hope there's another one eventually. But at the same time, maybe not, because it just worked in too well. I was just a huge fan of the way the main story made you think, and I mean, it was around the same time I think Inception came out. Wouldn't be much difference in time. Let's have a look at that. Actually, that's an interesting. Let's see. Inception came out 2010, and Bioshock Infinite came out in 2013. So 3 years later. So that's So people had been on the whole idea of trippy shit from that, and then you go play Bioshock Infinite, and it trips you out by going, oh, this is the idea of the multiverse in terms of everything you do. Doesn't matter. I still sometimes go onto YouTube and actually watch the ending to Bioshock Infinite because of how much it blew me away. I'm just realizing the first question on Google when you search Bioshock Infinite is, how old is Elizabeth? Is that so you want her to be sexualized? I hope not. I hope that's not the thing, because that would be really, really shit. So yeah, that's that. So I'm trying to think, was there what other great shooters? Quake, Unreal Tournament. There's so many. Unreal Tournament was one of those ones again, just incredible. One of those ones you can step with friends. I wouldn't always remember the Unreal Tournament map, that moon map, where it's that one line, one big asteroidy thing, and you've got two towers, one tower on either side, and it's that big hole in the middle. So there's two roads, tower, and you'd always have one guy near the tower trying to snipe everyone out, and you'd have the other people running around trying to kill each other. One of my favorite games of all time, will always be one of the best games of all time. Quake, Unreal Tournament 3, I played a lot of. I'm going to go to my shooters list here on Steam, because I've got a lot. So let's have a look and see what other shooters. I'm clearly forgetting, because there would be a few that I've obviously forgotten. That is the wrong category. So I spoke about Battlefield being amazing. I spoke about Bioshock being amazing. Didn't like Borderlands. I know a lot of people love Borderlands. I got bored. I actually really liked Call of Juarez. Just did. Very random, I know, but I did. I loved it. Oh my god. Medal of Honor. Yes. I'm just going to live with that. Medal of Honor PS1. That was one of my favorite games as a kid. I played the out of that as a kid. What other games have we got here? I've already talked about Quake. Sniper Elite's a good game, but not amazing, not in that top quality, but still fun. That's pretty much where we're looking. Obviously, again, I've spoken about Wolfenstein. That game being incredible, and I actually probably should play some Wolfenstein 3D again one day soon, because that game's good. Anyway, so I think I've gone through most of the shooters that I really, really love. There's another one. I'm trying to think if there's any other shooters. Obviously, there's the other Valve stuff in terms of Left 4 Dead and Portal. They're both incredible. Especially Left 4 Dead. I played a lot of Left 4 Dead with friends, and getting through all those hordes, and I've had some great moments of just random shit that would happen in that game. Awesome game. Again, one of those ones that it's like Valve just made brilliant when it came to shooters. So what can you say? Incredible. They're the ones that I really love, and they're the best games to me of all time in terms of shooters, and ones I will play for a long time to come. And I cannot wait for more of these to come out that I can love and cherish. So with that, I don't want to push this too much. I'm already at the end of what I want to talk about in that. We're going to go into the next stage of this. So bracket 3, we're going to talk about what games coming out, what games I want to buy, what games you want to buy. And that should be interesting because I don't have a terrifically long list. We're going to go through my wish list on Steam and see what I'm missing out on and what I should have bought 5 years ago. So time for another break. Guys, thank you, and I'll see you next time. For the next, part. It could be good. We'll see. We'll find out. All right. See you soon.